First off, listen, just ignore how I look right now. I have two ungodly pimples. I don't know where I got it. Maybe it's karma for accidentally stalking a girl through the New York City subway and probably scaring her for the rest of her life. So I know you're all sitting there looking at your screen wondering, Jesus, Nicholas, how do you possibly accidentally stalk a girl? Well, let me paint this picture for you.
This is a Brooklyn bound King Express train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Me and my friend were in New York City. You know, it's his first time ever in New York City, so I thought, you know, let's do a bunch of exploring. I'm not from New York City. I should clarify that right now. I don't even live there. I just got that New York City poster from IKEA because I thought it was cool. Anyways, so we spent like the past 5 days just walking around the city, you know, walking around Manhattan, you know, seeing Times Square, Statue of Liberty, that weird Flatiron building.
I have a bomb.
That, by the way, sucks. It's not fun to go to. Don't waste your time. We do that for like 5 days, and then it's our final day in New York. And I need to go to Target because I need to buy some stuff for an upcoming video that I'm making. I'm just gonna spoil it. I'm ranking YouTuber products, so I was going to the store to get a bunch of YouTuber products like Emma Chamberlain coffee, Mr. Beast chocolate bars, this weird Mr. Beast beef stick thing. So anyways, I need to go to Target. So because it's New York City, what better way to go to Target than to take the train? I'm not paying the disgustingly exorbitant Uber fees. It is so terrible. Genuinely, Uber scams you not only with Uber Eats, but with their rides. Why the f is there like a $9 service fee just to go a quarter mile somewhere? That's okay, so let me describe you New York City subway stations. First off, they are so unbelievably dirty, and they're so sketchy sometimes. Like, you will find discarded needles. You will find used I don't even know if I can leave that in the video. I'm probably gonna have to censor that. You'll find all sorts of disgusting, all the while giant ass rats the size of a kitten are walking through the tracks. Anyway, so I get to the train station, right? And I walk down the train station, and there's like maybe 2 or 3 more people in there. And then all the way at the end of the station, there's a bench. It's like this weird wooden bench. I'm probably gonna put pictures of them. Anyways, I see this bench, and there's a girl sitting there. And, you know, she looks to be about my age. And so I think in my head, listen, man, I've been walking around for like 17 hours a day for the past 5 days. I don't give a f if it's weird or awkward, and we have some sort of awkward interaction. I'm just gonna go sit right next to this girl on the bench because my legs hurt. I'm tired. So I walk over to the other side of the station and I plop down on the bench. Immediately, this girl looks a little bit shocked, but you know, she gives me a little glance. I don't think she was angry. I don't really think she felt any emotion towards me because, you know, I'm a fucking stranger who just sat next to her. She shouldn't feel any emotion towards me. And she's scrolling on her phone and she looks next to me. And then she sort of gives me I wouldn't say it was a smile because it wasn't a smile. It was more so just like a, oh, okay, hi. I'm sitting there and I'm on the phone with my friend about something important, and she's like glancing over at me. So maybe she's glancing over at me that I'm talking in the station. I'm on the phone or something. I don't really know. Maybe she's glancing over at me because she thinks I'm a weirdo, or maybe she just loved my beautiful outfit of sweatpants, Vans, and a cat t-shirt that I got for like $12. So anyways, our train car gets there because me and her were all the way at the end of the station. We get in the same car, and this car, there's like 2 other people in it. I am immediately blasted in the face with an overbearing scent of piss. No, it was not me. It was so bad. It smelled so badly. I've never smelled such strong odor emanating from anything before in my life. And another thing about New York City, sometimes you'll just get bad RNG. You'll just get a terrible gamble, and you'll walk inside of the train car, and it will just have the worst scent known to man. There's like, you know, different echelons of scent. There's like bodily fluid. There's random paraphernalia smell, or sometimes it just straight up just stinks. Like, there isn't really a scent that you can put together. Like, you don't know if it's you don't know if it's sweat or vape or grime. Sometimes it just stinks, and there's really no way that you can put together what exactly smells about it. It just smells. Our car starts moving. You know, we end up sitting across from each other. I didn't plan this. It was just coincidental. Like, I'm right here, she's right here, and I'm like glancing around, like, you know, wondering, Jesus, is that smell? Knowing damn well it was the smell of some homeless guy who probably in there 30 minutes prior. I'm like sitting there scrolling on my phone occasionally, and I catch her glancing at me. I'm thinking to myself, did I do something wrong? I'll like put my head down and I notice her glancing at me. So sometimes I'll like inconspicuously like do like a little side glance. And I notice as soon as we make like this weird millisecond of uncomfortable eye contact, she'll immediately look back at her phone. I'm thinking, oh, weird. Maybe she's just looking at my haircut. I don't know. Maybe she's silently judging my outfit or something. Anyways, the train keeps going for a couple more stops, and eventually it's just me, her sitting across from each other, and this random person who I'm assuming is a homeless guy at the end of the bus. And then I'm thinking in my head, this car is actually unbearably smelling like I think I want to move to the next car. But almost like our brains were interlinked or something. Right as I'm thinking this, she gets up and starts walking to the other side of the car, I'm assuming to open it up to the other, jointed connecting train car. Because I'm 100% sure she was also able to smell that terrible rank piss smell. As soon as she gets up and she starts walking to the other side of the car, I'm like, oh, good, she can open the door for me. And I immediately get up and start following her. Now, I don't know what the my logic was. Obviously, this is kind of starting to look weird. I was in the same station as her. I walked over, sat next to her, sat across from her in the train car, and I'm now following her into the joint connecting car. This doesn't look very good on me, I will admit. I was just a idiot who also didn't like the smell of pee, stabbing its fingers into my nose. We walk into the new train car, and this one doesn't smell like piss, and there's like maybe a few more people in it. She's continuing to glance up at me, rightfully so, because at this point, I'm feeling like a weirdo. So we're sitting on the car, scrolling on our phones, and she looks up at me, and then she smiles at me. The normal thing to do would be to give a kind, like sort of Roblox smirk, but instead, my looks at her and goes, what the fuck? I know for a fact I look like Smile Dog, and immediately I can almost tell that her demeanor changed. My intention was to just simply give a nice smile. I never in my life smile with teeth. So why the f would I try smiling with teeth to a random girl who probably thinks that I'm a weirdo in the subway station? Up comes my train stop, and I walk off the train. I'm like thinking to myself, finally, this girl doesn't ever have to see me again. I really hope she doesn't think that I was following her. And then I look and I realize, my life, I'm at the wrong train stop. I still need to be on for like 2 more stops. So I immediately jump back on the train and sit back to where I was. As soon as I plop my little down, this girl glances up at me and stares at me, almost shocked, like I was a Greek god walking in there. I feel so bad at this point. I just ignore it and I scroll on my phone again. I ride on the train car for a little bit longer, and it's finally my stop. And right as I am about to get up, I notice the same girl also gets up and starts walking towards the train exit. So I'm like, oh my fucking god, we have the same stop. And keep in mind, this is also like a relatively isolated train stop. Like, there weren't a lot of people, so I'm like, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm not gonna follow this girl again. So I'm gonna keep riding the train car for like 2-3 more stops, and then I'm gonna backtrack to my original stop. I'm on the train, and I wait for 2 more stops. I get off, and I take the same train, backtracking to the stop that I needed to get off at. I get on the train, and I'm thinking this entire interaction is over, and I kid you not, 1 stop later, this same girl gets on the same car as me. Each train in New York City, there's like fucking 11 cars. What the fuck are the chances that this same girl gets on the same car as me? At this point, I am 100% certain as soon as she sat down, I could see in the side of my eye, she looks at her phone, looks up, looks at me, looks back at her phone, and does the most shocked, petrified, disturbed, but at the same time, kind of impressed look I've ever seen coming from someone. I you not. It was like, so I do my best to ignore her obviously glancing at me. I couldn't tell what her emotions were. Maybe she was scared. Maybe she was kind of impressed. I couldn't tell you. The train finally gets to my stop. So I'm like, okay. I get up and it's her stop as well. I say, you know what? I don't give a f. I'm just gonna, go around her. So I get out of the train and I'm walking through the station, and the same girl's like walking in front of me. She's like speed walking. Like, people in New York just speed walk like fucking crazy. So, this girl is going directly in my path. Listen, in this moment, the best option would probably be to let this person get way out of your sight and then go down your path. But no, for some fucking reason, I decide, yes, the best course of action here is to sprint directly past her in the tiny subway station corridor to get to my location, so I make it in front of her, so that way she doesn't think that I'm following her. Why the out of all hundreds of different scenarios I could have done, I chose to sprint towards her, to run straight past her. Listen, I know for a fact when she was walking through the station and she heard the echoing sound of footsteps coming fast towards her. Oh my god, I feel like such a fucking idiot. Oh my god. So anyways, I get in front of this girl after one of the worst decisions of my life, and I start walking to Target. Because I'm not, you know, too familiar with this specific neighborhood, I take a couple wrong turns to the Target, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. So I end up, you know, remaking my proper way to the Target, and I start walking. I turn a corner, and the same woman is directly in front of me. This was like a mile-long detour. I got like a couple thousand steps in, and I finally make it to Target. You know, I got my Emma Chamberlain coffee. I got my Mr. Beef meat sticks. I got, you know, some other things that you're gonna see in an upcoming video. It's gonna be fun. And, you know, I'm doing my shopping. Now, I don't really have 100% confirmation. Maybe it was just my mind playing tricks on me. Maybe I have some sort of schizophrenia. I don't really know. I'm 99.9% sure I saw the same fucking girl in Target. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was fate or anything. I have no idea. The only reason that I'm making this video or telling this story is because I feel I should make it clear. If in the future any of you guys see a TikTok video of, there's this weird guy following me throughout different subway stations all the way to Target, and that person looks like me, I need you guys to know I was not following this poor girl. I just wanted to buy myself some snacks from Target, okay? I felt so bad the entire time. I felt so weird and so creepy. Honestly, there were definitely some situations where I probably should have used common sense. Like, yeah, maybe it's not a great idea to not only follow her into a different subway car, but then also sprint past her in a subway station. You know, my common sense clearly just left the window. To you, subway girl, if you somehow find this video on the internet, I want you to know I am so sorry. It was not my intention. I'm sorry if you got scared. I just wanted to go to Target. I promise I wasn't following you, but you probably do think that I was following you. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. I have a video about YouTuber products coming out in a bit. I'm working really hard on it. I just farted. I hope you enjoyed this video, but yeah, I hope you're doing okay. I wasn't stalking you.